make a loop the other way, and I've made a real nice tight knot on there. I can then just follow off with a couple half hitches. I'll make them slippery so that it's easy to get them out later on when I'm finished camp. So now I've got a nice tight string, and I can just spread my tube pin out. So now if you can imagine that this is 4 foot is 8 foot, we've actually tied 2 of these together. You can see that we've got our tube pin to where we can get in the ground. We can get right in there and have our material covered over for the night. One problem is that this is going to slide. So let me show you a trick that will stop that from sliding, and how to tie off a tarp or a tent to a cord. What I do to tie this off is simply have a little loop of cordage. This is about 1 foot long, and a small rock. Now I have 2, 1 for each end. Let me show you how I use those. If I lay this loop here and I pull it around and then around again, we make a little knot called a prusik knot. And when you pull this knot tight, it has some neat characteristics. It won't slide on the cordage very easy, but I can move it simply by just pushing it with my fingers. On the other end, what I'm going to do is to tie another prusik knot. Let me show you how to do that again. Just put my fingers through, flip it over so I have 2 loops. Then I'm going to put the loops together, and I take my little rock and I put inside of my garbage bag, and I attach my prusik knot over top of the rock. That will hold that plastic in place for me. When I pull that tight, it's not going to go anywhere. And then I can simply slide this to where I want it to keep it strong. So let's go ahead and do it on the other side and show you how it sets up. Again, to make that prusik, simply pull it over twice. You go 3 times if you want. Twice is enough and really suffices for an application like this. Put my rock right inside the plastic. Make another prusik knot and just throw that over my rock and pull it tight. Now you can see I can stretch out the top of this and keep it nice and taut. So let's see how it works out. What I've done, because this is only a 4 foot model, is I've asked Rachie to get in there and to show you how it works. But you can see that we have our tube tent, plenty of room in there, and if that was 8 foot, we'd have plenty of room for us and our gear. Well, let me show you one more trick with the garbage bag and how you can make a shelter that's a little more airy than this. The last way that I can use my garbage bag, and there's probably other ways than this, but the last way we're going to show you on this video, is a simple A-frame kind of layout. What I've done is cut my garbage bag down the length, and I'm going to simply take my rock, put through the edge here. This time I'm going to use the clove hitch, and I'm going to throw over the edge. That will hold that rock in place. And be able to enable me to pull my tarp out and to attach it down here with a stake to the ground, or attach it to a rock or a log in order to hold it in place. So let me get all 4 corners of this staked out and show you what it looks like. What I've done is I've put a couple of different tie-offs out here to demonstrate for you. This is just a little stake, and that's tied out. Over here we have a tree branch, or a tree perhaps, that's standing up out here that we could tie off to and put that out. But you can see our tarp has now opened up to give us almost a 3 foot by 6 foot section. And again, being an 4 foot tarp, if I had cut this the other way and hadn't already cut the hole, it could have been 8 foot long. But now I can just get underneath of here, and you notice that I've lowered this down till it's near the ground. If I was expecting rain, I'd lower it even more. until the sides were actually right at the ground or touching the ground. This way I could keep myself and my gear dry for the night with nothing more than a garbage bag. Well, there you have it. A way to go into the bush without any big cost and have some shelter. Again, this garbage bag is good. You can pick these up for about 10 or 15 bags for $7 for the heavy construction bags. And again, they just fit right in your back pocket and you can carry them with you. This is David Wendell with Bushcraft on Fire. We hope that you've enjoyed this video, the first in a series on bushcraft on a budget, and hope you join us again. Until we see you then, have a great day.